Thanks for joining me in the basement. Today we got the Menards FP7 on the track, and I want to do a little experiment. We're going to take a look at the power meter with the train running 10 average cars of different brands, and this thing puts out 1.7 amps, and I've recorded at full speed with 18 volts, which is what this puts out. I've recorded 2 amps on here, so we will see what happens with 10 cars if we push this thing to the limits. Hope you like it, and be sure to stay tuned to the end, because I'm going to put the camera on top of the train and we'll give you a little tour and layout. Here's a nice close-up view of the transformer. And here we go, let's go full throttle and watch what happens over here. See, we bump up about 2 amps. We'll turn the sound on too, that causes a little extra draw. Hit the horn. So we're going full speed here. She's really trucking. Alright. That comes to a dead stop when you shut it off like that. Okay. We'll shut that off too. So what I'll do now is I will disconnect this transformer from the main track. And I will install the Menards power track along with the Lionel fast track to tubular track adapters, which I'm going to have to pull the pins out of one side. I'll probably, yeah, we'll just pull them out of one side. Okay, our track is now being powered by the Menards power supply. Oh, there's something I didn't realize. This is a DC power supply for this. I didn't even think about it. So Menards sends you a DC power supply, which is plus and minus. One leg is plus, one leg is minus. And the Z4000 is AC power supply, so that's pretty cool. Just must have like a built-in rectifier or something. Let's see, we getting warm? Yeah, it might just be some heat coming down, but yeah, the engine's not hot by any means, but yeah, I can feel a little heat in there from going full speed, which makes sense. But let me put the camera on the meter here, and we'll see how it holds up. Okay, you guys should be able to see that. Turn on our sound, and let's hit the goose. Well, that's actually a lot better than I expected it to do. I didn't expect that little power supply, which is only rated at 1.7 amps, to pull that kind of load. So that's pretty darn good. Let's try increasing the electrical load, and let's hook up some lighted passenger cars, and we'll see how it does with that. Here we go. I've got the Menards engine, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 MTH passenger cars that have 2 incandescent bulbs each. The dome car might have 3. I don't quite recall. But let's move the camera by the power meter and see what happens when I go to plug it in. Ruh-roh. It doesn't like it at all. It's starting up and then shutting off because we're drawing too much current. Okay, so let's try pulling some cars off and see where it's happy. Pull off one car. Pull off a second car. Pull off a third car. There we go. Okay. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And actually, my baggage car might have a burned out light in it, so yeah. Now, let's see if it can handle going full speed with that kind of electrical load. Let's start off slow. Okay, we're already below 18 volts, but I don't think that's anything too crazy. Let's zoom it up. It's definitely not going as fast, but that's probably right about the limit, which is better than I expected. Alright, what happens if I put another car on now that the transformer is going? How many extra can I put on? Interesting. Alright, let's see if we can put them all on. Wow, I did not expect that. Okay, so they're all on. Let's see what happens when we try to go. Alright, there we go. We exceeded the current limit of the power supply. Alright, let's pull off a couple cars. So that's what happens when you exceed the power limit. Okay. Alright, this time I only had to pull 2 off. That's interesting. Let's try it again. Alright, there we go. I got it hooked up to 30 cars. This is all of the cars in my collection that I have ready to go. I got a few that need cleaning and whatnot that aren't ready for the track. But man, this is a lot of cars. I even pulled out my non-powered electromotive B unit here. So, let's see what it can do. Full speed ahead. Well, they had a little derailment. Let's unplug the track here. Where did it happen? Looks like over on the other side. That's quite interesting. Well, it's a pretty light car, so maybe that has something to do with it. Alright, let me move this car to the back, and we'll try it again. And we'll see what it does now. See if it'll make it around. Let's do a slow lap, maybe. 30 cars. I'm very impressed. Okay, full speed. Well, what can I say except good on you, Menards. This thing really impressed me again. I thought for sure that power supply was going to crap out. Obviously it did with the electrical load from the extra cars, and that's what I really enjoy is those older style passenger cars with the standard incandescent light bulbs. But yeah, heck yeah, I am really impressed with this. Now, what can you do to circumvent this if you bought the starter set and you're building your collection? Let me show you a good transformer to use, because you do not have to buy a big honkin' C4000 like this sucker. This is still really expensive and in demand. They're, as of 2023, used ones are still going for $350 plus. Let me show you that, a good starter transformer. This was the one that I bought. It's a Rail King Z500. You do not have to buy a Rail King one to run this train. You can buy any inexpensive AC transformer. Now, granted, for this train, we saw that it's running on DC right now, so it does run on both. But if you want to expand your options, AC for O-Gauge is the way to go, mainly because of pre-war stuff. That's kind of my thinking. Certainly, if you have any other ideas or whatever, let me know. So, the Z500 is the one I like. Pretty reasonably priced. I would not overload this thing. I would not use multiple engines with this thing or run 20 cars with regular incandescent bulbs with it, because it's going to get hot and it'll dissipate heat, but you're going to burn it out. But certainly for expanding a layout, this is a good choice. And Lionel makes some smaller transformers as well that are good. Like, I am an MTH person. I just don't have the experience with some of the Lionel electronics. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Jeremy with Too Many Hobbies, and let's take a ride around.